Hello and welcome to Nosy Tarot Entertainment, where this nosy person plays with cards for entertainment. Today our reading is going to be on the upcoming NFL Super Bowl. A lot of fans feel that the game has been rigged in order to get Kansas City into the Super Bowl. They feel the NFL has done this because of all the press and notoriety that has been brought to the sport related to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift being a couple. This is allegedly, it is just for entertainment, and we are going to use the following cards. We are going to use the Wizard's Tarot deck. We are going to use the Learning Tarot deck. This particular deck is what we're going to start the reading off with because I want to use those for some yes or no questions. And we are also going to use the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot deck. I also pulled that book out just in case I feel led to look up a particular card in that deck. Our cards are already pre-shuffled and they are just flying out already. I could have dropped them either way. They are on the move. So we are going to get started, and I am going to start with yes or no questions. My first question is, did the NFL want Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl? Did the NFL want Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl? Well, that's a yes. Yes, they did. Was it related to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift dating? Was it related to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift dating? It says no. Did Travis Kelce's podcast have anything to do with it? I didn't even get to finish that question, and it said yes. Lastly, give me the overall energy for this Super Bowl. Give me the overall energy for this Super Bowl. The overall energy for this Super Bowl is judgment. So this is kind of wrapping up everything. Ultimately, it is going to be wrapping up the season, but also I think that it is going to be wrapping up the last of whatever all of the new fans see from the NFL. I do also have one more question that I forgot about. Were the refs instructed to make calls that allowed Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl? Were the refs instructed to make calls that allowed Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl? Yes. So there we go. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. That's an overall energy of defending your ground, standing up for what you believe, and mostly defending your ground. Let's go ahead and start the reading. We're going to start with the Nightmare Before Christmas. Let's see what comes out. We have the Page of Presents in reverse on the bottom of the deck. That's the same as the Page of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Seven of Potions, which is the Seven of Cups in reverse. So, oh, there's an extra card here. There's a lot of major arcana. So we have the Six of Candles, which is the same as the Six of Wands. And this can be an ego card. It is a success, a victory, and it definitely represents the ego. And it is right next to the Star. And I mean, the two of them dating, this brings a whole new level of stardom to the NFL. So I feel like they understand what good press this is for the NFL. And it is something that there is no coming back from. This is the Death card, and that is the end of something. But because it's in reverse, this is the beginning of something new. So less of a focus on a final end and more of a focus on a new beginning. So they realize the success that this new huge international superstar has brought to their league, and now they are trying to see where they can go from here. And this was karmic. So this is the ups and downs of life. It is how the wheel of destiny turns, and we can't control it, but we can control how we react to wherever it lands. And so I think that's what they're doing. They didn't anticipate this new surge of viewers and fans, but now they're going to react in whatever way that is best for the league. Oh, that's a whole bunch. I need fewer than that, please. Fewer than that. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see what's on the bottom. Seven of Candles. So that is one above the very first card that we got, the Six of Candles. So under that, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, or the Ace of Presents, and then the Queen of Presents there. I'm going to take these two. I'm also going to take this top one and this bottom one. I'm not going to read these, but let's just see what came out. The Queen of Potions in reverse, the Ace of Candles in reverse, and the Four of Presents. We'll put those back in just in case they come out. We'll see that. And now let's read what we got. We got the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Five of Candles in reverse. So now we have gotten the 5, the 6, and the 7 of candles that have popped up in this reading. So I don't know if the NFL had lost some ratings, but a 5 of Candles in reverse. 5 of Candles is usually a conflict card. It's an inability to do something. And look, even on this card, look how they're fighting. She's kind of choking him, but it's in reverse. And so that means it's a resolution. It is making peace. And so we go from making peace to having success. And then we saw that 7 of Candles earlier. And then we also have this Three of Candles here, which means planning, looking out and surveying. So I have no doubt that they have looked at the analytics, and they know exactly when and where they have had the highest ratings. And it also makes me think of um, when she first started going to the games, they showed her before every commercial break. They showed her all the time, and then people complained about it, so they did decrease the amount of times that they showed her. So they are aware of what's going on and the effect that she is having on their ratings. So we also have the Five of Needles in reverse, and this is a battle card. This is someone, and actually, I'm not even looking at the card. I'm just thinking of usually the usual cards. But this is a huge scene in the movie where Jack and Oogie Boogie they fight. And this is in reverse. So there's no longer any fighting going on here. And you can also see, this makes me think that they may have been in a predicament where their ratings were not as high as they had been. And so now they have a way to get themselves out of whatever predicament that they were in. And I don't know how successful it's going to be because the Ten of Cups is reversed, but they are definitely looking at this gift that they have been gifted, this gift that they got. But remember, what is inside of Jack's gifts are not necessarily great presents. Let's see if anything else comes out before we move to the next deck. All right, so nothing else came out but this one card, and this is the Page of Candles. So many candles have come out in this reading. Candles are the same as wands in the regular tarot deck, and wands are an action energy. It represents moving and doing something. It can also be a passion or an ambition, also learning. So, particularly the page tends to be young and maybe not entirely developed. You can see that this particular character looks rather small, but this is the beginning of something bigger, because we go from the page to the knight to the queen to the king. And so, again, this just reinforces that they are well aware of what this new relationship has done for their league. And so they are going to do something. They're going to have some action, some energy, and they are going to move forward ambitiously and passionately to capitalize on it. Oops. There we go. Now, earlier when I was shuffling, this card did show itself twice. Let's see what's on the bottom first. We got the Judgment card, Remember earlier, that was the overall energy of this Super Bowl. And look, Judgment twice. We also got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And then under that is the Nine of Swords. So let me know in the comments below, was the NFL having issues with their ratings before? Because I really do think that that there might have been issues and their ratings may have been falling. A lot of interesting stuff here, guys. A lot of interesting stuff. First off, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So usually this is a deep connection. It can be a relationship, just it doesn't have to be romantic, but we are talking about Travis and Taylor because this is why people feel that the NFL kind of rigged Kansas City and some of the calls that the refs were making so they would get to the Super Bowl. And this card, it was in reverse. So I don't know if there is trouble in paradise, but it may not all be what it's looking like, especially with this Six of Wands. Again, we got that same card earlier, Six of Candles, and again, Six of Wands. So that is two cards that we have gotten in different decks. So again, and look at this card. They are receiving recognition. Everybody is just applauding them, and they may have achieved something, or maybe it is their ego. Maybe it is someone riding on their high horse, but how is that going to end up if this Two of Cups is in reverse? And we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is my least favorite card in the deck. This is a liar, a cheater, a thief. It is someone who is being sneaky, underhanded, and trying to get away with something. And I don't know what is going on between Travis and Taylor. Maybe this is, it just popped in my head. Maybe it's between the NFL and the players. I don't know if the players have had issues or concerns or suspect that the NFL has also rigged this, but there is something afoot. There is something going on. And then, oh my gosh, guys, this is, I didn't realize it because I was just, like I said earlier, I was shuffling and I saw this card twice, and it is the Wheel of Fortune card. So again, another card that we got in separate decks. That is amazing. I am so glad that this has been recorded because all of these same cards from different decks. What else do you want us to know? What else can we know about this Super Bowl? Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. The Fool in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Swords. Now, something I didn't expect is I feel like this deck is telling me more about the relationship between Travis and Taylor. And I expected the Nightmare Before Christmas deck to communicate that, and I feel as though it hasn't. Let's see what came out. So we definitely got more wands. This time we got the Four of Wands, and usually this represents the home or the four walls that you are in, whether it be your home, your office, your school, or in this case, maybe a stadium. and it is in reverse. And so that tells me, this makes me think of like someone who's away at school, and maybe that's their mom that they're seeing there. But it kind of makes me feel like there is a sense of trouble, not necessarily that, ooh, excuse me, I'm burping. Um, so maybe there is a sense of trouble where maybe they feel like they wish that they had someone close to them nearby for guidance or support. But also, I know that Travis's mom has been very prominent since he and his brother played in the last Super Bowl. So I feel like there is a little bit of disunity there. Is that a word? Um, but also, we have Nine of Cups. This is a self-fulfillment card. So these two together makes me feel like it may not be good for the home, but it is good for them personally. And this also makes me think that it might be good for the league, because even if Travis doesn't continue to play for a whole lot of years, or if he doesn't win the Super Bowl or his team, then he will still benefit from all of the notoriety that he's getting. And I know that he already had a whole bunch of sponsors before this, but he really is on a new level, and that will go equally for the NFL, and they will just be able to kick back and enjoy everything that is coming into them. This is a card of fulfillment, it is a card of abundance, and it is a card of having more than enough. And now, these two here, we have the Knight of Wands, and this Knight of Wands was moving away from these two other cards towards this Hanged Man. And so I feel that whoever is represented by this card, I feel that this is probably the NFL. And the Knight of Wands, again, it's more wands, and it is an action passionate, ambitious card. And this knight in particular is a hasty knight. This is a charge and slay the dragon knight, and think about repercussions and consequences after. So this is a very hasty knight who is charging toward the hangman. And the hangman is in reverse, and it is it's sticking out to me that this guy, he almost looks like he's doing the wave at a football game. And usually the NFL, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said the NFL. That was just a slip. So I don't know how that might tie in, but maybe this represents the NFL. And usually the hanged man is someone who is not being hung, but someone who has somehow gotten themselves into this hanging position. It shows discomfort, it shows clumsiness at times. It can also show a change in perspective or thinking. And this person is upside down. So, I mean, it could be the NFL who has now had a shift in their perspective and is no longer going to be as uncomfortable as they were before. Let's go one more round and see if anything else comes out. Anything else you want us to know? Anything else you want us to know about this Super Bowl? Last one. Anything else? All right. So 4 cards came out. And let's see. This one won't even spin. So I'm going to take this right up, or upright. All right, so we got the Ace of Cups, and this usually represents, yes, an overflowing of feelings and emotions, but this is also representative of the Holy Grail. And I think that with this Knight of Cups and him dating Taylor Swift, they have found the Holy Grail. And this is my least favorite Knight of Cups. If you look at his face, you can just tell that he really does think that he is just God's gift to anyone attracted to men. And the way he's coming out of that water. And so this is my least favorite Knight of Cups in all the decks that I have. And unfortunately, I feel like that represents Travis. And I do like Travis. I am a Kelsey Brother fan. We also got the Emperor in reverse and the Hermit. And I like that the Hermit is walking toward the Emperor. Now, the Emperor, it can represent an institution like the NFL. It could represent the league. It could also represent someone who is disciplined and stable, who has a structured life, a pattern, a schedule. So it could definitely represent the commissioner. And the hermit is someone who is doing some self reflection. They are kind of pulled back. And I think that there is an issue, and it is going to cause, if it hasn't already, division. People are not happy with what the NFL has done to capitalize and promote this relationship between Travis and Taylor. Lastly, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Seven of Cups in reverse, the King of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like I saw this earlier. I don't know if it was when I was shuffling. Let me know if it flashed on camera. But the Five of Pentacles in reverse is usually an outsider who feels abandoned or left out in the cold. And this is in reverse. So they are no longer abandoned. They are being brought in and they are being tended to. And there are so many options, and they know exactly what their options and choices are. The Seven of Cups, sometimes it can be a gambling card, because when you look at the cups, they don't all have good things in them. Some of them have a snake in them, so it can be a bit of a blind choice. But with it being in reverse, they know exactly what cup they're choosing. And it is the King of Wands. This is someone who keeps a weapon, someone who knows how to use a weapon, and someone who rules. I want to say justly, but the King of Wands can also be, he's the king. And again, it's wands. So he is an ambitious king and always looking to expand his kingdom. So that is my reading for this year's NFL Super Bowl. Allegedly, yes, I think that the NFL did want the Kansas City Chiefs to make it all the way to the Super Bowl because of Travis's relationship with Taylor and also because of his podcast.